The COVID-19 pandemic is affecting your air quality. Should you be concerned? Maybe, maybe not. Hey everyone, my name is Akash, and today we're going to be talking about COVID-19 and its effect on our air quality. Now before we keep going, I just want to say that I'm not a scientist. I'm a college student that likes film and science. What do I call myself? A science kid? A science man? No. A film sciencer? A video science film guy. Okay, fine, I won't do it. The point is, everything I'm about to talk about is coming from scientific papers and related scientific articles. I'm not trying to give you my opinion, I'm trying to give you credible facts that will help inform you in any decisions you make in the future. And apparently I'm supposed to entertain you as well. So let's get right into it. COVID-19 is bad. It's pretty bad. We're all stuck in our homes and some parts of the country are opening up. But in the 3 months or so that we've all been inside,
if I get corona, I get corona.
Some crazy things have started to happen. Mainly, this stuff has been happening in the atmosphere, in the air, and it has to do with the lowering of nitrous oxide. For the sake of simplicity, let's call them oxides. Nope. Okay. Before we get to the lowering levels though, let's talk about why exactly oxides are bad. Nope. Fine. Nitrous oxides form ozone in the lowest layer of the atmosphere. That's called the troposphere. It's the layer that you and I breathe from. It's kind of important, just a little bit. And ozone in the troposphere is bad. Let me tell you why.
Normally it stays up in the layer just above the troposphere, called the stratosphere. Now when ozone is in the stratosphere, it helps filter out dangerous light waves that the sun produces. Just like this umbrella is stopping water from reaching me.
Different things happen though when ozone forms in the troposphere. It starts reacting with plants and trees, and it eventually starts causing respiratory problems in us humans. It's like taking the same umbrella that was protecting me and, well, the prompter's blank. Well, what?
Oh! Oh, dude! Oh, that hurt. Oh, look at that. It's red.
So before I got mauled by an umbrella, again, not cool, I was saying that nitrous oxides are bad. They help form ozone in the troposphere, like I just said. And then because of that, plants and us get negatively affected, which then affects all the industries that you hold near and dear to your heart. Yep, you guessed it. Avocados and chocolate. Say bye-bye. I want avocados and chocolate. So how exactly does COVID-19 play a role in all of this? Well, ever since the lockdown orders have started, like January, April 2020 area, researchers around the world have found that nitrous oxide levels are going down. Scientists use Trofimov, which stands for Tropospheric Measuring Instrument. It's just a giant satellite that measures pollutant levels in the troposphere. That's pretty much it. And they use it to measure nitrous oxide levels. Now, when scientists compared Jan-April 2020 nitrous oxide levels to Jan-April 2019 nitrous oxide levels, they found something kind of weird. They found that those nitrous oxide levels had decreased by up to like 20 to 38%. That's like a lot of nitrous oxides. For China, they found that the lockdown there made nitrous oxide levels go down by 40%. 40%! So to put this all into perspective, the atmosphere has roughly around 1.09 times 10 to the 44th particles, which can be represented as this giant number. That's a lot of zeros. The atmosphere on average though has about 53 parts per billion nitrogen dioxide concentration, so based on my math, that should be this big number. Taking 20 to 40% of this large number is going to be pretty big. The researchers say that all this positive change is because of decreased cars on the streets. And this does make sense. Cars release a lot of nitrogen oxides in the atmosphere, and that's mainly responsible for a bulk of the ozone production we see in the troposphere. So what does this mean and why is it important? Like, why am I telling you all of this? Our staying at home is helping not only the human race survive COVID, but it's helping the environment survive too. If you take anything from this study, it's that our social distancing, our lack of going outside is helping the climate as well as the human race. Decreasing the number of cars on the road has led to such a significant change that we really have to look at this from both an individualist and a collectivist level. What do I mean by that? Well, an individualist level is when we look at things that we can do as individuals to help the climate. And a collectivist thing is things that we as a community can do to help fight climate change. Individually, let's think about how we can help the environment even after this pandemic is over. We can keep nitrous oxide levels low in the atmosphere if we bike to work, walk to work, or even carpool from time to time. And yeah, obviously that's not possible for everyone, but really if you can, you should really try to. We all have to learn how to really make small sacrifices in order to meet this big giant goal that we're chasing. And collectively, maybe it's time to reevaluate our societal use of cars. Now I know that some of you are cringing and cursing at me when I say that. Like, hey, I need a car to survive. How could you say that? I want to hear my motor go loud, even though it's disobeying tons of laws. But if the government started giving much better incentives, like a lot more money, for us all to get some Elon Musk car called and save the climate at the same exact time, I think that'd be a pretty cool deal. Especially if there were better incentives. Especially if there were better incentives. I'm looking at you, Nancy Pelosi. I know you're watching this right now. For now though, COVID is as stressful as is. I mean, what I'm talking about is really important, but until this pandemic blows over, this should be in the back of our minds so that we can start initiating progress once we have our current situations under control. After all, I mean, if we don't pay attention, our president might tell us to like drink Lysol or something. Could you believe if he actually, What do you... On a serious note, thank you all for watching, and I hope you learned something during this video. My hope is that these videos can show you that science really isn't that complicated, and the articles that scientists produce, they aren't really that complex. It's really just a bunch of nerds communicating in their own language. That could count as a foreign language requirement if you present it that way. Anyway, if you liked, commented, or subscribed during the course of this video, or didn't, you can still do it. Yeah, give yourself a pat on your back. I would, but quarantine, obviously. That's the primary reason. But thank you.